Yes, ma'am. Bring me as many cakes as you can. And another pitcher of milk, please.
But of course, my dear sir. I'll bring you all the stacks your heart desires.
Yummy.
I believe you're all finished with these pancakes, right, sir?
Wait! Don't take my pancakes! I'm not finished!
Well, yes, sir, you're finished. Sir, you are quite finished.
Hey, friends. Seems we have arrived at the tail end of Dr. Pankake's recurring dream. Except in this version, the lovely lady who served him took his pancakes away before he finished. But before we continue to see how Dr. Pancake is feeling after he awakes from the dream, I'd like to introduce myself. This is Daisy. Glad to hear you here. And in case you haven't guessed, this is Dr. Pancake, and he is one of our latest characters who has moved into Daisy's world. By invitation only, of course. We recently got a sneak peek into what this eccentric Greek persona is all about. In this story, we take another glimpse into Dr. Pankake's rather idealistic way of thinking as he meets who he assumes is the love of his life. Together, they seem to validate each other and hit it off from the get-go. But there's a lot more to this jovial Mediterranean fellow than meets the eye. If you like Dr. Pancake and his newfound flame, check out our other developing storylines in the podcast show, Daisy's World, which is geared toward adult ears, but also suitable for teens. Just go to daisyfrench.com, where you'll find all podcast episodes, our blog with fun visuals, and links to our YouTube vlog and Facebook group and page. The links are also in the show notes below. All right, amigos, shall we begin? Dr. Pancake yearned to go back to the dream, trying hard to fall back to sleep. For within this dream was the only place where he could eat as many of the fluffy cakes as he pleased without getting stuffed. And that's why this was his favorite dream since he was a young boy. Dr. Pancake has never been comfortable talking to anyone about his pancake dream since he feels no one will understand, especially with the stack of pancakes prominently stuck in his middle.
Oh my goodness.
Our jolly, good-natured doctor struggles with his unusual appearance, but always feels at peace in his dream. He feels that no one understands the person behind the pancake. Even though he is well received in Daisy's world as the go-to veterinarian, everyone still eyes him with odd expressions which they try to conceal. The doctor is quite pleased with his life in Daisy's world. Naturally, all Daisyites are warm and friendly. And yet, he struggles to make friends outside of his veterinarian work. He has several pets in his home, a couple of cats, a dog, and a llama. They are his friends. But during this night, like any other, is when the pancake dream returned. Only something was different. This time, an overwhelmingly lovely lady served him stack after stack of the thick, moist cakes. He could not quite make out her face, yet ate as many of the generous morsels as he could without feeling stuffed.
Yummy.
But the lady's profound presence distracted him, and he could not help but feel surrounded by her breathtaking presence. The most distracting detail in the dream was that her middle protruded with some ginormous object.
What?
Well, when Dr. Pancake awoke, he summed up the oddity as nothing more than a strange dream. The new version of this dream inspires the doctor to finally visit the local Fluffy Muffy Bakery. He had heard it was amazing. On his way to Fluff Muff, Dr. Pancake encounters a nearby neighbor, thinking how odd the fellow looks in a cute sort of way. The young fellow greeted Dr. Pancake.
Good day, sir. My name's Purple Pop Pete. You must be new to the neighborhood. Well, I live just down the street. What's your name?
Greetings, young man. My name's Dr. Demetrius Pancake. I've seen you on your scooter. It is a pleasure to finally meet you.
That's awesome, Dr. P.
To his surprise, Dr. Pancake had just met a living, frozen confection.
Wow!
The purple fellow wore a round, transparent helmet on his square head, outfitted with a strange-looking suit.
Really?
And yet he appeared as animated and lifelike as any human. He had heard that Daisy's world was quite accepting.
Yes.
Mr. Pete knew very well that not just anyone gets to live in Daisy's world. And if you were lucky enough, it meant that you would make fast friends. But speaking of how one was accepted to live in Daisy's world was taboo.
Well, Mr. P, I hope to see you soon. Maybe you could come over to my house one day for a cup of tea.
Invited Pete.
Oh, that sounds very nice, Mr. Pete. Right now, I'm headed down to Fluffy Muffy Bakery to get myself some pancakes.
Responded Dr. Pancake.
That sounds wonderful. Be sure to say hello to Miss Donut for me. Bye!
Pete replied, dashing off with a hop to his step. As Dr. Pancake entered Fluffy Muffy Bakery, an overwhelming aroma of sweetness filled the air, causing his belly to growl with cravings. The popular bakery bustled with customers overflowing out the door. Making his way to the glass counter, his eyes discovered the most beautiful, mesmerizing woman he had ever seen. The stars and the moon aligned as angels heralded the announcement of the destiny that Dr. Pancake had always longed for. This heavenly creature of a female was more woman than he had ever dreamed.
Mwah.
The stack of pancakes in his middle jiggled to the beat of his racing heart as butterflies fluttered about, and suddenly Dr. Pancake became tongue-tied. Tiny beads of sweat dotted his forehead, and the jolly, boisterous fellow shrunk at the thought of introducing himself. He paused to absorb this feminine masterpiece, absorbing her zestful voice, laced with creamy custard as she announced orders, billowing across the crowd.
Miss Johnson? Miss Johnson, your strudel cake is ready.
Why, thank you, my dear Miss Dahlia.
I do hope you enjoy it as much as the last one.
She must become my wife.
Dr. Pancake declared to himself, smitten by her kindness. As the lively bakery buzzed with smiling customers, Dr. Pancake wondered how he might approach his awaiting damsel. Then, behind the antique display counter, he spotted them, luscious stacks of pancakes studded with plump blueberries,
Yummy.
just like Mother used to make. Suddenly, a lull in the crowd parted as Dr. Demetrius Pancake and Miss Dahlia Donut locked eyes. Dahlia practically dropped a tray of cupcakes as Dr. Pancake introduced himself.
Greetings, madam. My name is Dr. Pancake. I would like to order some of those lovely blueberry pancakes and a big glass of milk.
Of course, sir. My name is Miss Donut, but I'd love for you to call me Dahlia.
Ah.
Somehow, Dahlia's voice sounded terribly familiar to the doctor as the spellbound pair took each other in for what seemed an eternity. Dahlia's rosy cheeks turned 3 more shades of rosy as she became captivated by the massive, handsome hunk standing in front of her. Noticing the thick, tousled locks that blackened his head, Dahlia's big, round eyes fell to the rotund stack of pancakes that defined his middle. Could it be that she had finally discovered her match? As they stared into each other's eyes, Dr. Pancake's confident words melted the silence.
Why, certainly, Dahlia. I would be honored.
With that, she flashed a huge southern smile as Dr. Pancake tried to conceal his surprise.
Oh no.
Lo and behold, the voluptuous woman was indeed gorged with a stack of pink sprinkled donuts. Lord in heaven, could it be? But oh, she wore them so well.
Oh my God.
The doctor's confidence had returned, just as customers miraculously dispersed, emptying the bakery. This was an occurrence never witnessed at the bustling Fluff Muff. As Miss Donut returned carrying a mouth-watering stack of deliciousness, Dr. Pancake seized the moment.
Oh, Miss Donut, I'm rather new to Daisy's world. Would you care to join me?
Dr. Pancake invited, motioning to a cozy round table near a bay window. Dahlia quickly assessed the bakery, smoothing her apron and fixing her hair, while confirming that there were no customers, as she replied,
Well, I'd love to.
Incoming customers chuckled quietly, not wanting to disturb the radiant Miss Dahlia as she chatted with the doctor well into the afternoon. Well, folks, seems we are witnessing a budding love story of 2 admirers chatting romantically over a stack of blueberry pancakes. What could be better? Oh dear. Will Miss Donut measure up to Dr. Pancake's expectations? Well, we'll find out in our next story called Demetrius and Dahlia Tie the Knot. But first, isn't now the perfect time to subscribe? I think so. That's how you'll get notifications of our next story and many others on the way. And check out our other podcast shows. One is called Attorney Malka's Dollcast, and the other, The Adventures of Purple Pop Pete. Here in Daisy's World, we've got a story for everyone. But you can listen to all of them at daisyfrench.com/podcasts. What? You're visual? Oh, me too. So then hop on over to our vlog at youtube.com/@daisyfrenchmedia or our blog at daisyfrench.com. You can always hit us up for a message. If you like, just check out our Facebook page and our Facebook group. You can find all the links on our website or in the show notes below. See you there.